So if you are considering applying for a school in Canada and you don't know how to go about it, the process, then this video. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. We are here in Prince George, British Columbia, Canada. It's still snowing in Prince George, can you imagine? We are in March, but there is snow everywhere. It is gradually melting away, but you still see heaps of snow gathered along the pathway. Okay, so this video is actually prompted by some of the questions I've received from some people about how to apply for a school in Canada, the documents that you need to apply for a school in Canada. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some few tips that can help you apply for a school by yourself. So if you are considering applying for a school in Canada and you don't know how to go about it, the process, then this video is just for you. So I'm going to give you a step-by-step process to how to go about it. Okay, so to begin with, it's important for you to note that when you come to Canada, there are 3 terms. There is a January to April term, which is known as the winter term. There is May to August, which is the spring term, and then there is the fall term. The fall term usually begins from September to December. In most of the schools in Canada, you realize that some of the courses are, the application process is all year round, so you can apply for school to begin at any time, but the major application season is the September intake. Yes, so with the September intake, most of the schools open their applications up for all the courses that they offer for people to apply to, right? Whilst you are preparing for the application, there are some few questions you need to ask yourself. 1, you need to ask yourself, what course do I want to study? What is my qualification? Do you have a bachelor's degree or do you have a diploma? So you ask yourself, with this bachelor's or diploma degree, what course can I offer? Then you also ask yourself, what type of degree am I going to offer or am I going to study? Is it going to be a master's or a PhD? Then you also ask yourself, what school do I want to attend? You go further to ask, do I have funding to pay for the school, or am I going to look for scholarship in that school? Then you also ask yourself, what are the documents that will be needed for me to complete this application, and what are the application requirements? So in this video, I'm going to tell you about how you can search for a school in Canada. You can search for a school by using the province. In Canada, there are about 10 provinces, or what we call, if you are in Ghana, you will say 10 regions. So you can start by using the provinces. So if, let's say for instance, there is the province of Ontario, there is British Columbia, there's a Newfoundland. So let's use the province of British Columbia, for instance. So when you go online, you go to Google and then you type in the Google search engine, universities in British Columbia. It will give you a list of all the universities that are located in this province. When you have the list of the universities, you take your time and then you click on each of these universities one after the other. When you click on the university, it will take you to the school's website. When you get to the school's website, then if you are, depending on the type of degree you are going to offer, whether it is undergraduate degree or a graduate degree, when you get to the school's website, you navigate your way through and then you search for the programs. When you find the programs, it will be outlined, undergraduate programs and then graduate programs. So if your interest is in the graduate programs, you click on the graduate programs. When you click on graduate programs, it will give you a list of all the programs that they offer. Some of them will be arranged in alphabetical order, Others will be arranged according to the schools and the faculties. So you take your time and go through all the courses that are outlined under the graduate programs. If you find any of the courses that you are interested in, or if you find the course that you want to study over there, you go further to click on the course. When you click on the course, there is an overview of what the course is all about. So you read and then you familiarize yourself with what is written on the website. Then one most important thing you need to do is to go to the eligibility requirements or the application requirements stated on the department's website. So you click on the eligibility requirements and then you go through it. Once you click on the eligibility requirements, it gives you an outline of everything that you need to know in order to be qualified for that course. So you ask yourself, am I eligible to apply for this course? If your answer is yes, then you go further to look at the application requirements. Then you prepare yourself in accordance with the requirements that is indicated either on the department's website or on the school's website. Apart from using the provinces to search for school, you can also use the course you want to study to apply for school. So let's say you want to study a master's program in African Studies. You go back to the Google search engine and then you type in African Studies courses or African Studies programs in Canada, or Masters in African Studies program in Canada. Google will also suggest for you universities in Canada who offer these courses. Then you follow the same steps. You take your time. One, you click on the school's website and then you go to the website of the department. Whilst you are there, you read about the nature and the content of the school, of the course. Then you go to the eligibility requirements to check whether you qualify for it. Once you are satisfied that you qualify for this particular program in this particular school, you may go on to look at the funding options available in that particular school. So you may search for financial aid or scholarships. You click on it and then you also read to know which of these scholarships may be available for you. Once you are finished with these things, you can proceed to look at the documents that you need to attach to your application first before you apply, depending on the degree. If you are applying for an undergraduate degree, the school will specify the qualification you need. It may be a WASI if you are in Ghana or in West Africa, or an O-level or an A-level. So you take your time and then you search for the basic requirements. If it is a master's degree, most of the time the master's degree requires you, the applicant, to have a Bachelor of Arts, or let's say a first degree. It can be a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science or a Bachelor in Education, whichever degree your first degree is in. So once you have the first degree, then you also look at the CGPA or the GPA the school is looking for. Are they looking out for people with first class or second class, upper or lower? Then when you look at it, then you ask yourself, do I have this GPA? There are some schools that if you do not have the GPA they have stated on their website, they give you other options that will qualify you for it. So you look at the other pathways. So if you do not have this particular GPA, what are the other pathways available stated on the school's website? So you look at the pathway and then you ask yourself, do I qualify for this pathway? If you qualify for that pathway, then it means that you are good to go. In addition to your bachelor's degree, you also need your transcript, the transcript for your bachelor's degree. You need that. So you need to have a soft copy of your the transcript for your bachelor's degree. And then you also need, the third one is your statement of purpose. Now, it is important to know that most of the schools specify how they want their statement of purpose to be written. And so on the school's websites, you see them giving outline on what to include in your statement of purpose. So please, whilst you are preparing to write your statement of purpose, make sure that whatever you put in there is in line with the specification of the school you are applying to. Then lastly, you also need your certificate. If it's a master's degree, you need your bachelor's certificate. If it is a PhD, you need your certificate for both your master's and your bachelor's. Once you have all of these documents ready, you can then begin your application process. So thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips were useful or helpful. Yeah, as you prepare to put in your application for a school in Canada. I wish you all the best.